Welcome to this edition of the WFL Update. I am your host, Kyle Walsh. This week we will hear from Dr. Mathew Mayo as he gives us an update on this week's injuries, and Jaimie and I will give you our predictions as to whom we think will win. Now let's get on to this week's top games. While Philadelphia may be 5-0, the team and its offense specifically has a target on their back. Philadelphia travels to take on the Louisville Wolfpack, who are surging after an 0-2 start, winners of 3 straight. Philadelphia ranks in the top 5 of every defensive category, while Louisville offense ranks in the bottom 5 in pass yards and total yards. Louisville's offense must produce if they want a chance to make the Iron pay for their offensive struggles. The Baltimore Battle Wings and the Los Angeles Immortals have a lot to prove. Los Angeles has a lot of many close games this year and is better than their record appears, or at least some people would like to think so. Baltimore, on the other hand, is finding ways to win. The Battle Wings are the WFL's best rushing team, averaging 197 yards per game, which is 64 yards better than Edmonton, the league's second best rushing team. However, Baltimore is the third worst at defending the run, so if the Immortals running back Dante Hull can get the Immortals offense as balanced as they'd like to be, the Immortals are in a good position to pull the upset. The Osaka Shoguns are exceeding all expectations but hope to avoid losing their second straight game. The Shoguns have a tall task traveling to Minnesota this week, one of 3 teams that has not lost at home this season. Osaka leads the league in passing yards with 1,589, a feat that surprises many thanks to the above and beyond production of quarterback Connor Pyatt, who has 10 touchdowns and only 2 interceptions. For the Spartans to continue their winning ways, turnovers will probably become a big factor. The Shoguns have turned the ball over just twice in 5 games, best in the league. In this week's Game of the Week, the Las Vegas Diablos renew their rivalry with the Edmonton Chill. Las Vegas escaped in Week 4 with a comeback victory over Los Angeles, and their task doesn't grow any smaller this week. The Diablos' defense will be matched up against the league's second best passer, Bubba Jones, who has 1,430 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. The league's leading rusher, Chris Knoll, who is averaging 4.2 yards a carry and has 2 touchdowns. And the league's leading receiver, D'Angelo Coates, who has 527 yards and 6 touchdowns. If Edmonton wants to win, they must stop Michael O'Connor, who has the league's best pass rating at 158.32 and leads the league in touchdowns at 15. Vegas also leads the league in total yards a game with 434.6. The difference may come down to defense in this crucial Pacific game. While both teams have the top 2 offenses, the same can't be said for both defenses. Edmonton is next to last in yards per game allowed, 407.8, while Vegas is a steady 5th in that category with 321.8. And now here's our injury report with WFL medical consultant Dr. Mathew Mayo.
Hi, this is WFL medical consultant Dr. Mathew Mayo, and this is your Week 6 injury update. Probably the biggest news of the week is the injury to Cincinnati quarterback Paul Young. Early reports from Cincy indicate that Young's broken tibia will keep him out at least 6 games. Honestly, this injury reminded me a lot of former NFL quarterback Joe Theismann's, who prematurely retired at the age of 36. I think at this point that owner Kyle Walsh may start to question Young's durability after suffering 2 serious injuries in consecutive WAFL seasons. Although Young's style can be electric, he has seen a significant decrease in numbers this season and has taken far too many open field hits. We will keep you up to date on his progress. Cleveland speedster Johnny Hoffman remains out with a strained Achilles. Stallion medical staff assures me that Hoffman will be ready to go for their Week 10 matchup versus Philadelphia. However, rumors persist that Hoffman may have taken a banned substance in order to be ready for the Week 5 contest with Baltimore. Unfortunately, this seems to be the case, and WFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine handed down a 1-game suspension to be served once Hoffman becomes healthy. Los Angeles running back Vince Lawson remains out with recurring back spasms related to a low back strain. An Immortal athletic trainer has told me that Lawson is nowhere near returning to the field and that the team has decided at this point to take a conservative approach. Osaka wide receiver Zach Clark sustained an unclassified injury, and it seems that Osaka will play this one close to the vest. The only news coming out of Japan is that he will be out for a few games. Good news for Iron fans. It seems that running back Eric Reed has been spotted at practice. He has been taking part in non-contact drills and recently started lifting with the team. This probably means that his injured pectoral is healing well, and that Philadelphia fans should see him back in the lineup in the next few weeks. St. Louis wide receiver Kyle Van Gerven has supposedly sustained a minor injury. Although my sources tell me that it is nothing serious, the team is keeping it quiet and expecting that he may only miss a week or two. An already ailing Hornets defense took a big hit this weekend with the injury to cornerback Kevin Taylor. A weekend MRI confirmed a fractured collarbone and possible nerve damage. Reports have Taylor traveling to Alabama to consult with noted orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews. If initial indications are correct, Taylor may be out the entire year. I'm your WAFL medical consultant, Dr. Mathew Mayo, and this has been your Week 6 injury update. Back to you, Kyle.
As part of WFL Media, here are our picks for Week 6.
Starting off, we have Sterling at Cincinnati. I think this is going to go to Cincinnati. I don't think this is too difficult for me to choose.
I don't know, with Paul Young going out
Oh, that's
for
true.
6 weeks, and you got a backup coming in at Joe Sloan that's not used to the pass-heavy offense that they run. I don't know. This is going to be a tough one for Cincinnati.
Well, there's my question for you, though. Are they going to keep the pass-heavy offense?
I don't know. I don't think they've decided yet what they're going to do.
All right, well, we'll see. But I think that Cincinnati is going to pull through. But I do think that Sterling will put up a good fight. But as Sterling always does.
Yeah, they do. I'm actually going to go with Sterling this week.
Okay.
I think Cincinnati still has a lot that they need to work out with a new quarterback. And we'll see. But I'm going with Sterling.
Okay, next one is Osaka at Minnesota.
Woo, this is going to be another tough game. Both really good teams. Osaka's coming off their first loss. Tough loss. I'm going against Osaka. I'm going to say Minnesota's going to win.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I think Osaka is doing okay. But after that tough loss, I don't know how well they're going to take it. And, I hope they win, but I'm going to go with Minnesota because I think they're going to win.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Osaka, but I'm a Osaka fan, but I just think Minnesota's going to win this one.
Okay, Osaka, you got to prove me wrong now. All right, next we got Philadelphia at Louisville.
Philadelphia 5-0 versus Louisville. I think this is the week Philadelphia goes down.
You said that last week.
I think this is the week they're going down.
I don't know because I always say, I don't think Philadelphia is going to win, and they somehow do it. And I don't know if I can say that I think they completely deserve it. But
a win's a win.
A win's a win, exactly.
Whether you win by 1 point or you win by 30 points, it doesn't matter. A win's a win, and I give them it. They're 5-0, but I just don't think they can keep doing it because they're barely winning. They're not really offensive. Their defense has been what's keeping them in the game. So I think Louisville, they're on a 3-game winning streak, and I don't see that ending.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you. I think that Louisville is going to win this. The only reason I'm choosing this is because Louisville is home, and I think that they can rally up their home spirit and beat them.
Okay.
But I don't know. Philadelphia can probably squeeze out another win. I could see it happening, but I'm going to go with Louisville.
Okay. Boston at St. Louis is next.
Boston, easy for me.
Yeah, I just don't think St. Louis has found their footing yet, so I'm still going with Boston. Then we have the game of the week with Las Vegas at Edmonton.
Please, Edmonton, win. For me, please, Edmonton, win. I'm going with Edmonton.
I don't know. Vegas is the other 5-0 team. They're looking good. They definitely struggled, I think. Well, not really struggled, but, I mean, I don't know.
They struggled.
Yeah, they did. They barely pulled out against the Immortals. I got to go with Vegas. I think Vegas is going to stay undefeated. I think they're going to be the last undefeated team. I think they're still going to be it.
Come on, chill. Okay, we have Queen City at Cleveland.
Huh. I'm going with Queen City. I think they're gonna win.
This is one where I kind of root for Cleveland. I don't know why, but I really would like Cleveland to do well. But I think Queen City is going to win.
Delaware at Chicago. Delaware is a force to be reckoned with, and Chicago hasn't won one yet.
Easy one for you?
Easy one for me, Delaware. Delaware pounded Cincinnati last week. I mean, hell, at half, yeah, literally, at half, I mean, Cincinnati only had 19 yards of offense. They just totally killed them. So, I mean, they
did that to Cincinnati. What are they going to do to Chicago?
Yeah. So, I think Delaware's powerhouse. I think they're just going to storm over them.
All right, I agree with you. Delaware is going to walk right over Chicago. All right, and lastly, we have Baltimore at Los Angeles.
This should be a good game. I think Los Angeles is going to win this one. I mean, they barely lost to Vegas, and I think LA is going to win against Baltimore.
I disagree. I think Baltimore
I mean, they're finding ways to win.
I think Baltimore is a scary... I think they're a dark horse. You know, you don't link Baltimore as this team, but if you look at them, they're doing pretty well.
I'm not saying they're not doing well, but I think LA is going to win this one. I mean, they've been super close to winning games, but I think they're finally going to come out. I'm not like the commission thinking that, you know, they're going to go to the playoffs and win and all this other stuff. I just think this is a game that they can win.
I disagree. I think Baltimore is going to win this. I think Shiver My Timbers is going to do a great job. Call him the Pillsbury Doughboy, but he can get that option play and run that ball.
Yeah, he's coming into his own at Baltimore.
So I go with Baltimore.
I'm going with LA.
And this is your What the Moment of the Week with Jaimie Walsh. Baltimore's Patrick Vance goes for the run, but someone seems to be forgetting where they are. Can you tell me who? Queen City's Red Feather goes back to pass. As he searches the field, he remembers his ballet lessons. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, that's right, you're playing football. There's an opening to run, but wait, I'll throw the ball into this group of players. And that has been your What the Moment of the Week.
Alright, WFL fans, check out our other forms of media with the WFL Pulse on Blog Talk Radio every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Central with Cameron Irvine and Chet You Betcha hosting a competitive banter like no one else can provide. The Ace Report podcast is available for download every Monday with host Ace Whirls. Ace breaks down the week that was in the WFL and gives credit where his credit is due. Inside the WFL podcast is available for download every Tuesday with host Ronnie Nickens. Nickens will dig deep inside the next week's slate of games and look back at the weeks past. Also, WFL YouTube has you covered with highlights, top 10 plays, and of course, the WFL Update, which is new every Wednesday. And that does it for us this week. From our WFL Update studios in Orlando, Florida, I'm your host, Kyle Walsh. Enjoy all these week's games.
Check back to the WFL on YouTube for game-by-game highlights and analysis. Watch every game live on the WFL network at www.justin.tv/WFLfootball. And visit the website daily for new articles, podcasts, and more at www.wflfootball.com. Can't watch the games? Follow the score, point by point, big play by big play, on the WFL Twitter at www.twitter.com/WFLfootball.